Hello and welcome to another episode of the e-commerce coffee break. Today we want to talk about customer support. Now that's a big topic specifically for stores that are growing rapidly. Nowadays, customers expect from you to give you top-notch customer support, and not only on one channel, but on all channels. Now, this is a very interesting topic because good customer support, as we have learned in other podcast episodes already, can make you money. So we want to dive a little bit deeper into that. And I have someone with me today who really knows this game, Roireau. He's the Vice President of Business Development and Partnership at Gorgias.io and co-owner of the Daily Routine Probiotics. Gorgias is passionate or is helping more than 10,000 e-commerce store, including Steve Madden, Netflix, and Timbuktu, and all of them are using Gorgias for their customer service. So we want to dive a little bit more into, and Phil will give us a little bit more of background. So first of all, hi and welcome to the show. How are you today, Phil?
Hi, Klaus. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Give me a bit of a background where you're coming from and what got you into what you do nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm an entrepreneur at heart. So I started a couple of businesses, and prior to joining this role over 3 years and a half ago, I was a pretty large dropshipper, and we were actually the first large client for Gorgias. We were on Zendesk, and we were struggling with our amount of customer inquiries. One reason of that is that we were doing dropshipping, we found Gorgias, and it really helped our business to be less reactive to the way that we do support, and have more like automation, have more self-service options, and provide like better experience and faster reply to clients. And that was like 4 years ago. And then I found Gorgias, and it was a small startup led by Romain and Alex back in the days, and now we've grown from when I joined about 6-7 people to over 200 people and servicing about 10,000 e-commerce merchants. So it was our goal is really to have an impact on this support performance, right? It's like, how can we give superpowers to customer service agents to do a better job, and in turn in time turn customer support from a cost center into a profit generator through like either decreasing the impact on the P&L or helping agents drive more revenue and sales for the store.
Okay. Now, obviously, working with 10,000 brands, that gives you a little bit of an idea of what's happening in the market and where they struggle the most of it. And obviously, centralizing all your support tickets into one place is a big topic. As I said, a lot of people or most customers nowadays then expect that you're available of all channels. And then you on your side, on the business side, obviously, you want to make it work. How does Gorgias help with that? How do you funnel all these different channels into one platform?
Right. So we need to aggregate every communication in one place. The bulk of all communication today is still email. So despite all the advancements and despite all the channels, email is still the bulk of customer communications. But there's been like significant ads in the last couple of years. So we can think last year, especially like SMS became such a mainstream channel. So for us, for example, it's very important to have a strong platform approach and a strong API to enable all the SMS providers to build into Gorgias and to funnel all the SMS communications back into our platform. More recently, we shipped about 6 months ago the Instagram DMs. So Instagram DMs was still like living into like its own like bucket. People had to be on their phone to try to reply to customer service inquiries from Shopify on Instagram DMs, and it was really painful. And this is one of the newer channel that we opened up. So now like people can reply from like to their email, obviously, but live chat, Instagram DMs, Facebook comments that are happening on their ads, SMS, and so on from one platform. And this is like the basic function. Like what you want is really get all of those communications in one place. But the next step after that is to match all those communications to customer profiles that you have living in either Klaviyo, Shopify, Recharge if you're a subscription business. So really providing that like matching capacity, like very strong match rate of all communications to a shopper's profile is very key. In order to gain that efficiency. And so an Instagram DMs match right away. You see like who is the shopper profile, what they purchased in the past, like where's the last order, like in one click. And the next step is really to be able to reply to those customers with like strong, like with data from the Shopify store or any other platform, embedded automatically like in the canned responses and in the rules and triggers. So that's like those three things like create the foundation of what like a good help desk can do to improve customer experience.
Mm-hmm. So basically your support desk employee gets a full customer picture of the whole customer journey, basically starting from email marketing, from the purchases they have done on Shopify, and then any kind of communication way they have used to communicate with the brand, with Instagram, with email, and so on and so forth.
Correct.
Now, obviously you want to make support faster, and that helps a lot with that. How does it work if you want to grow your business? Obviously, get more people on board, and how does Gorgias help with the growth of the business on that aspect?
This is the main challenge or the main topic that we're currently like really diving in. The obvious answer is like chat helps increase sales. So proactive chat, like, and even like engagement campaigns on your website, like, hey, I see you're looking at this product. Let me know if you have any question. And like having those little triggers in place can really help get that engagement. And if you get an engagement from somebody that's in pre-purchase mode, this will lift like your conversion rate. Like somebody that asks a question before purchasing is way more likely, it's about 10 times the conversion rate compared to somebody that doesn't ask a question on the chat before purchasing. So like really like being there for your clients, having those triggers to engage and then like replying fast to those chats is key component of a store that, especially if you have a high LTV, high AOV type thing, which everybody needs to be striving for nowadays, it's really a key component for driving sales. And then beyond that, it's just like, what's the analytics that goes into that, right? So like, who of my customer service agents is better at closing those sales? Who is like replying a little bit less fast and not an accurate answer, so that you can like start digging in and doing some potential training around like product recommendations and really understanding your customer's need. So I would say that this is like one of the things that today, like this year and last year, like that's something you can implement and that will have an impact on conversion rate. Then like really that like analytics allows you in Gorgias, and that's a unique feature that we have, is that you can see how many sales were made through your support channels and like which ticket is associated to like a sale. And we measure that by like seeing who had not purchased before, interacts with support, and purchase right after within a 7-day window. So then we can like start attributing some sales to support. And that's really interesting, because then it shifts a little bit the mindset of people from like having like cheap VAs that are outsourced to like having people that are a little bit more educated on your product and on your customer service team that can act as salesperson. And then, because if you see the performance of those people on like the sales side, you can then in turn incentivize them for more sales that they close. Like, hey, close $500, get like a $30 bonus or something. So we see some companies, really the ones that are the most like thinking ahead, are starting to implement that type of compensation scheme for their support team.
Yeah, I think that's a very good aspect of seeing a support person not only as a cost center, but a profit center, and then obviously motivate them in the quality and maybe also in the quantity of what they do work-wise through any kind of provision or whatever they can make out of a sales. And then obviously that helps everyone there. Now, obviously you need to help people in the background, or you need to help the employees also from your side. How much automation is in your support system included?
So yeah, and before you get to that point where people can become really professionals at selling, you need to really offload some of their work. So they need to be doing less of the post-purchase type support, like, hey, where's my order, and so on, so that they can shift their attention and their time and their efforts toward like pre-purchase type of inquiries. And that post-purchase like is where you want to focus your automation efforts. So like somebody asking, where is my order? I mean, we're in 2022. It's easy to use machine learning and artificial intelligence to like determine, hey, this ticket is talking about where is my order, right? So, and then we can use machine learning to reply automatically to that client with their order data. It's like, hey, you asked where is my order? I see that you ordered let's say 2 weeks ago, and or 1 week ago, and this is still within my normal like SLA of having a delivery, I will just provide you automatically with your tracking number, tracking URL, and so on. So like getting those automations first, especially if you're a high volume store, will allow you to start shifting your customer support focus to like more pre-purchase. And where's my order is the easiest one to implement. And the second one would be like removing a first step in a return or an exchange request. So like somebody's asking for a return or exchange, also easily identifiable with machine learning, or and then like we can start like having the first step of the flow. Like, what are you asking in order to create? Are you asking for like a photo of the product because like you want some proof before you open up an RMA, or like whatever is that first step in your return process? You can automate that so that the agents only really verifies when the whole file is complete, and you can like slap on an RMA ticket or something like this on it. So really, this is like also kind of easily automatable. And you mentioned in the opening, like I have a probiotics business. It's a single SKU subscription probiotics, and like here we also automate the first step of the pre-purchase. So questions. So we're on the product page. We have like a little button that says, hey, like, do you need any information about like those 3 benefits around the product? And if they mention, yes, I'm looking into like better gastro health. Like if they mention a couple of keywords, then we're starting to already provide that first step of value automatically in the pre-purchase, because like we have a trigger, we know what they're looking for on this page, because it's like people have like very recurring patterns. And then so we're asking them, hey, are you looking for more information about this specific thing, which they always do. And then when they reply something that match, we're sending them the information automatically. And then like if only there's like a conversation going after that, then the customer service agents look into it. So we're saving like also that first step all the time. And that's really what automation today is about. Like we find it's about getting rid of the first step. And getting like, and maybe 30% of your tickets will be replied in only one message. So then you remove like a big chunks of your customer service inquiries. And then also, just to wrap up on automation, we're launching more self-service features as well, so that like directly from the chat or directly from the help desk, the help center page, like hey, your FAQ page, people can now like there's like rich options to like help yourself on your order, like tracking your order by yourself, or starting a return or an exchange process, or directly from those page by logging in yourself and like starting this process without having to interact with a customer service agent. So this is also like but this it's still like right now it's automating about 10% of chat tickets, those features. So it's like it's a good start, but obviously there's a lot more that can be done on that side.
Yeah, it seems these features are taking a lot from your plate. As I said, free up the time for either sales or optimizing the support employee or the staff members there. Now, obviously, I'm looking into conversion optimization. That's what I'm doing. And obviously, even the chat feature, the pre-sales chat feature helps already in increasing the conversion rate there. Now, on the back end, and you touched on that briefly, you have a reporting system. And I think about going into support that gives you a clue which communication channels you can facilitate a little bit better to get more traffic, to get higher conversions. How does Gorgias help with the reporting side of things?
Right. So, and the channels that, you know, are more like pre-sale type oriented that will drive the most revenue are like, yes, Instagram DMs, Facebook comments, like people commenting on your ads. If you have a messenger bot, like replies to SMS campaigns, like you're sending an SMS out and then like those replies, and chat, like those are really like those like revenue generating channels. And then like on the reporting side, yes, it's like there's a couple of things you want to measure potentially. The first thing is like how fast do you reply to your clients on average across all channels, and this like it's if you're doing like under like 1 hour, like on average you're like among like the top 80% of Shopify stores. So you're starting to get close to exceptional customer service. We define exceptional as like a level 5 for us, like as somebody replies under 20 minutes. and that solves the inquiries in less than an hour on average. So yeah, so if you're replying in those time range, like you're really at the top of the Shopify stores, and we see that there's a correlation. We're not sure which one comes first, but like your GMV and the performance of your support are directly correlated. So the bigger and the more like successful you are on Shopify, like the better your support score and your support performance will be. Which one comes first? Like, is it because you're growing bigger, or because you're giving exceptional customer support? So a bit like the chicken and the egg there, but they both go hand in hand. And on the revenue reporting, what we're doing here is that we're taking support or communications with the clients, and we're seeing if there was a conversion with that client in the last 45 days. If there was not, we consider this like a pre-sale inquiry. And then we look to see if there is a conversion within 7 days after this conversation. And that's how we can now like start to measure the conversion rate of pre-sale inquiries per channel and per agents as well. And we can see like which are the agents that perform the best. And we can even attribute a dollar amount on the revenue generated because of our integrations with Shopify. And this is really a unique feature with Gorgias compared to Zendesk or another help desk that doesn't have such a deep Shopify integration, and that will allow us in the future to keep like providing more like revenue generating features for e-commerce merchants.
Yeah, analytics is always important. Know your numbers. So I think that helps a lot. Now, obviously, Gorgias is a part of a bigger universe of apps that people are using. What kind of integrations do you offer to other Shopify apps, to other external services?
Right. So one of the most like valuable integration that we developed, or ecosystem of integration recently, was those SMS platform. So the most recent one, Klaviyo, just built their integration into Gorgias for the Klaviyo SMS features that they released. So now, as of a couple of weeks ago, you can reply to Klaviyo SMS alongside with Klaviyo email into Gorgias. This was a big one. They were lagging a little bit behind there, but you can also think that attentive, PostScript, SMS bump, emotive, cart loop, basically all the SMS solutions now in the Shopify world, they have integrations with Gorgias, and they build it first for Gorgias before going to other help desk because they understand the impact. And then also we can think about more like a system of records. Right. So like, where else do you have like important data living outside of like Shopify itself? So we can think specifically like subscription around like recharge. They're important if you have an ERP like NetSuite. You want to have this information available as well, like on your sidebars. And finally, like even like your Klaviyo is now a system of record, right? So you can see like which email flows or which sequences like your customers were enrolled in recently, to understand a little bit more the journey that they've been with your brand, and provide a better like understanding and total experience for your clients.
Okay, now you have already 10,000 brands on board. What's your experience in regards of the onboarding time? How long does it a company, obviously it might vary, but how long does it usually take to take a existing system, whatever they have in place, into Gorgias?
Right, so there's a different, as you mentioned, like there's different degree of complexity. Somebody that just has a Gmail address today and like a Facebook page, and they want to like, they're a growing store and they want to start like have a better process, that will literally take 30 minutes and they will start seeing value out of the product. Somebody that's on Zendesk that has history and like macros and users on Zendesk, we have some import features for like migrating everything over. And so here we're talking more like maybe like a full day of work to really like being able to comfortably like transfer systems. And if you have like a lot of legacy systems, legacy integrations, then it's a little bit more of a project roadmap that can, like, depending on the involvement of the client, obviously it can, but we're talking about like a week or 2 weeks. So yeah, people can really get going fast. I think that's the most important thing here. And we offer support and migration if there's a need. But like somebody that's starting and that is scaling, it really takes like 15 minutes and they're up and running, and they have like all their communications coming in one place, and it's matched to their Shopify store. And now we're making this always, like, we try to make it easier every day. So for example, like something we shipped a few days ago, it's like a rule library. So this is like a library of canned responses and automations that are already available, and you just click add to your store, and it like transfers over like what we know is very effective for other stores, so that you don't need to rebuild everything from scratch.
Okay, excellent. Final question: what would be a golden nugget that you would give somebody who is trying to improve their customer support system and wants to get started or wants to upgrade the system?
Right. I mean, I would just say like it's that mindset of like understanding that customer service, online customer service doesn't have to be what it was a couple of years ago. It's like there's been a huge shift in retail that happened, especially accelerated with COVID. So it's like, how do you replicate this retail-like experience, in your online customer support? And that's obviously, I think it starts with the chat, right? It's such a powerful channel. So how can you like be more proactive? How can you provide the same level of support that you would do if you were in a store? So, and from the moment that you take this this mindset here, it's like really when you can like start building building your revenue focus of customer support. Before that, it's like if you're just seeing this, like, I need to reply to where's my order, and like that's it. That's like what the extent of my customer service. Then you're going to be lagging other stores that have changed that mindset over the last couple of years.
Okay, great. Where can people find out more about Gorgias and get started?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can check us out on gorgias.com, gorgias.com. They can reach out to you at klauslauter.com, or as well directly to me at phil@gorgias.com, and I'll be able to answer any questions.
Excellent. We'll put this in the show notes that people can definitely go there. Yeah, as said, I think customer support more important than ever, specifically when it can make you more money. You should look into it and not use it as a sideline in your business. Phil, thanks so much for your time. I think that was very insightful, and hope to talk to you soon.
Yeah, thank you. And visit us, and we'll give you 2 months free if you mention that you're coming from the podcast.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Klaus.
Hey, Klaus here. Before you leave, I have a question for you. Are you a Shopify store owner and you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, and not sure what to do next to grow your business? Do you struggle to convert traffic into sales and turn website visitors into buyers? Do you want to have direct access to a mentor who can assist you with your store, your strategy, offer, marketing, sales, and anything else you might need in your business? Then I would invite you to apply for my Get Conversions program, where I show you how to remove the guesswork out of growing your Shopify business and create clarity to optimize your business for maximal growth and profit. This is an application-only program. To apply, go to klauslauter.com to learn more. And finally, please do not forget to subscribe, like, and comment. It's a huge help and allows me to reach more people with this channel. Thanks in advance, and until next time at the e-commerce coffee break.